Yo, what is up, Knights? Aegis Rick here, back with some more Black Desert with a new series on the channel, A True Knight Never Yields. Okay, yeah, I know it's a little bit lame. I'm just gonna shorten it to A True Knight, but hey, yo, what's up, guys? Aegis Rick here, and guys, we are currently playing my warrior. This is my main character, and he is going to be the character of which is the main character of this series, but we'll also have a second main character, that being my Valkyrie as well. So we're playing Sir Rick, my warrior, as well as Lady Aegis, my Valkyrie. Yes, the naming scheme is intentional. I am Aegis Rick after all. But anyway, guys, what this series is all about is gearing my characters from just the average, you know, just hit level 56, just got my awakening, to a true knight, an end-game knight. And currently right now, guys, I'm going to tell you just one time and one time only, and we'll progress from this point out. But here's my gear setup. I know it's very average. I'm just getting back into the game. I used to play this game way back when it got released. Did not continue with it. Since I'd played the Korean version of the game already, I kind of felt like I played a lot of it, and honestly was playing other games at the time, so I never got around to taking this game seriously. But I'm back, baby, and now that I'm looking at my gear, where's my other Oscilla ring? Oh, fuck. Anyway, I do have a full Oscilla set. I'm not wearing it right now, obviously. That's totally my fault. Anyway, I do have a full Oscilla set. I'm rocking Strength Helmet of Heave, Shoes of Heave, as well as the gloves, and then I'm wearing the Roaring Magical Armor. Now, my weapon is, oh yeah, and this Tree Spirit Belt. I found it from an event. Ultimate Uriah Duo. I got a Prime Mercenaries Greatsword and an Ultimate Vanguards. Now, I've been able to get a lot of this gear purchased, like my weapons and shit, only because I have my House Fame. I wish I had, back then, as much House Fame as I do now, because I've been doing all kinds of things on the side. And, you know, we've been increasing my character's House Fame by getting knowledge, by getting contribution, by leveling up a whole lot of other characters, which I'll probably be showing off eventually. And so we are currently at the Sausan's Garrison, which I'm currently still in the Ovia server, which is the main reason why I've been leveling so many other characters. But guys, Sausan's is pretty empty right now, and there's not a lot of people who are that angry about me farming here, and there's not a lot of competition. But my guess is when we actually make it over to the regular servers, this will not be the case anymore. But guys, it's actually kind of bothering me that I don't have my Oscilla ring. I cannot believe I don't have it. But anyway, guys, Sausan's is a main grinding spot. At least it was back when I, you know, I remember my friends who were playing this game very actively. They're like, yeah, man, you want to, Sausan's is too hard for you. But now I look at my characters nowadays, it's just like, what? Sausan's is hard? This place is easy, man. I was able to do it with like hardly any effort at all. And honestly, the weapon itself is something that I kind of don't need as well. The weapon is something that you can get just like the Roaring Magical Armor, just as a quest line, so it's not even something that's that good. In fact, I think I'm only one upgrade higher than what you can get from the regular Black Spirit quest line, which is kind of awesome on one sense, saying that at least if I play any other characters that don't need a short sword, I don't need to buy a good weapon because the Black Spirit is going to give me one. But at the same time, I kind of feel bad that I didn't know that before. Anyway, guys, I was going to make this series and talk about the Awakening with this character. Honestly, the Awakening is not anything special as far as I've tried it, because I've done it like 11 times or something like now. The quest is different depending on what character you're playing, but at the end of the day, you're still going to be doing the same task, and it's like not very special. I think it's more special to actually getting into playing the character, and I've been playing the Awakening version of this character for about 50% now, and I haven't even used any like big EXP items to do it. And I'm kind of just trying to understand how this kind of plays. I've gotten to try a lot of different characters with this Awakening, with their Awakening weapon, and the nice thing about it, and I think this is indeed a good thing, because I don't know, some people may not like it, but I like the fact that you do not completely forget about, at least in the Warrior's case, and for that matter, my other main's case, the Valkyrie's case, when she upgrades to the Lancia, she doesn't just automatically forget that she has a sword and shield. She still uses a sword and shield, and as I'm showing right now, you can still fight in the sword and shield mode and still be pretty comparable damage. I'm not going to say you're going to be doing a lot of damage, but I'm going to turn my buff on here, and this guy gets a nice little buff. Actually, everybody gets a nice little buff that they can activate a little bit. This is their second Awakening kind of like passive buff. This just gives me a lot of speed. which is comparable to what you might find with like the Black Spirit upgrade mode, which I'm kind of slowly but surely liking more than just using the Black Spirit skill. It's actually, the speed buff is probably more beneficial just because you can utilize it for more than just one skill. So I might just lock my Black Spirit skill because of that fact. But anyway, I haven't really talked about the Warrior very much, guys. I'm not claiming this is not a guide series, by the way. What this is not a guide series, okay? In fact, this is the exact opposite. This is a guy who is just trying to play the game at his own pace. I'm trying to understand the classes without you looking at too many guides. And I just want to enjoy the game. Right there's my Black Spirit skill. Which, like I said, not a big, not really useful. I'm probably going to lock that up. But anyway, I have a lot of experience with this game only because, like I said, I played it in Korea, and then I played it a lot when it came out. I got to level 50 legit, and then once they released like Medea and all of this other shit, I wasn't really playing very actively at the time. So I've been out of commission for like a good 2 years now, because Medea's been out for a long time. I think there's like at least one other region that I've never even seen on my map. It's like, you know, the region, the Black Desert. I haven't seen any of that yet, so I don't know how any of that works, and I'm gonna be exploring it in video format. But oh shit, I'm getting fucked up here. One thing I gotta remember about this character is that I have to constantly use his guard to get both DP as well as some attack damage. It's actually very beneficial to use that. Like, just throw the guard up before you start attacking. It's standard practice on this type of character. I'm still, like I said, I've only, you know, done 50%, so I still want to learn how to use this character's Second Awakening form. The nice thing is, like I said, you can switch between the two modes very easily, and the spinning slash spam is still viable. I played Warrior before the Awakening, and you still want to do it afterwards. As far as I've seen, that kind of tactic is still completely viable. I'm noticing that this guy doesn't have, I mean, he does. It's a very powerful skill, but I feel like it's not as killer as maybe what I've seen on the Valkyrie. It's this grave digging skill is his main skill, which I think is the one you're supposed to be doing most of your damage. This skill is also decent as well, the little front flip slash. But then when he's out of those skills, I honestly don't know what else to do. I can do like this knockdown, but I'm just kind of like biding my time to get those 2 cooldowns back up because the other skills just don't seem to be as powerful. I don't know if that's a matter of me just not having good weapons or if he just gets better skills at level 56, but in comparison to my Lancia at level 56, immediately, oh shit, there it goes again. Immediately, it just feels like the Lancia has more tools at her disposal. So, again, I'm going to save my judgment for once I get level 57 or 58, when I actually have all the skills available in my Awakening tree. So, again, this is just my preemptive thought that right now the Lancia seems to have a little bit more in terms of what they can do. I do love how like smooth the transition is. This is kind of one of the first characters I've actually played through their Awakening a lot, and I do love how the transition between the Awakening weapon and the pre-Awakening weapon, how smooth it is. I love that. Because the only thing I wanted to avoid, and there's somebody else over there, I don't want to go fuck with them. The only thing I wanted to avoid is just becoming obsolete and not using it ever again. And they've just made it like seamlessly connect into the combat. I mean, you can just like be mid-combo, switch to your Berserker weapon, do a skill, switch right back. It is to dash backwards. This thing is sick how good the combat is in this game. And that's really the main reason why I wanted to get back into it, guys, is that, you know, it goes without saying, this game has the most, one of the best, I don't want to sit here and fucking start the MMO fanboy wars, but this has one of the most fluid combat systems in the whole world, really. Especially in terms of open world games. I mean, I played a lot of, in fact, I played this game's predecessor, C9. That was my main game. I played that in Korea for as long as I could before I got banned, and then I played that. Dude, has my mount been getting comboed this whole time? Holy shit. I've been playing C9, you know, for years and years which is this game's predecessor. And you see a lot of similarities with this game's warrior, I guess, and you know, berserker class, and you see a lot of those similarities. But guys, the one thing I don't like about this Sausan's camp, which is a really nice leveling zone, like I said, is that the weight of items that are in there are just so heavy right now. It's like 0.3 pounds here, and getting 1,000 of them, which is what I need to actually convert them, is like 300 pounds. It's like ridiculous, and you're gonna get that pretty quick just because you know, the mob density is so good in there. I appreciate that, but it's just the weight limit that you need in here is just so massive. As you guys can see, I have no qualms in caching in this game, by the way. I mean, that's kind of the main complaint a lot of people have on this game, is that there's a lot of things in this game that you pay for convenience things, but the convenience things really are hugely beneficial. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, my costume is looking sick. I'm using... That one's not very expensive. It's just using the Merv's palette that I get from the value pack, which is yet another thing which people are not completely okay with, the Merv or the value pack. But it's value pack, I think, has become a staple of the game now. People kind of accept. But at the time of its release, I remember there was a lot of controversy around it. So just like trying to remember all of the things going on in this game. You know, I was definitely not there for all of this game's history, but doesn't mean I don't know about it in retrospect. So yes, I can tell that in fact right now we're kind of suffering. A lot of people have told me, hey Rick, this is a really bad time to start playing Black Desert right now, just because of the there's a lot of drama revolving around the classes getting like reworked, a lot of class nerfs, a lot of class changes, and if your character was effective, which it was, absolutely was, and it kind of feels like they're attacking you and dumbing down the game, really, honestly. Which is a big deal, because I know that this game and these developers, Cloud9, they have heavily focused on the combat first and foremost. So when they go about, you know, making changes that seem to dumb down the game, it's obviously going to cause some problems, right? So. Man, I really do wish these guys grouped up a little bit more. Ooh. Oh shit. I'm gonna lock that skill up. Go ahead and use this skill, which is gonna give us so much more speed, but fuck. Yeah, it's in situations like these where I'm not seeing where this guy has a whole lot of other options aside from these two skills. It's the grave digging and the front flip move. I mean, aside from that, he just really doesn't have the killer app to kill huge groups of guys. Which I kind of feel like it happens more often than I like, is the guys just don't die. Shit. Alright, you can have those guys, man. I'm having trouble killing them anyway. They weren't dying, they were lagging out. Like, don't get me wrong, they're great skills, but I'm struggling to find moves to use that when those two skills are off cooldown, which is the problem. Luckily, they don't have too terribly low or large of cooldown, but like these skills, none of them seem to be killing. The sword slap thing actually is seeming to do the most damage, really. Got some knowledge on some guys, which is going to help us kill these enemies faster, which is always a really awesome feature. Back in my day when I used to play it, the knowledge that you got was a one-time deal, so you had one chance of getting good knowledge. If you didn't get a good one, you had to reset and try again. You had to go to town to reset it, so kind of sucked, but now it's just kind of like a continuous, which makes more sense. Makes more sense that you get decent, or you get better knowledge as you keep fighting more guys. Not you're stuck with the same knowledge all the time. It doesn't even make logical sense, really, when you think about it. The nice thing about this, I mean, if you do nothing else, I mean, I think you can actually fight in this mode still, but if you do nothing else, the sword and shield is necessary for movement, so As long as you were really good at the movement with the sword and shield before, you'll still have the same, you know, it's still useful today, so. Use the / cancel, same with the shield charge, so that's still useful, which is sick. Well, like I said, guys, I just wanted this to be a short video of what the current situation is with my warrior and what I want to continue doing on this channel. We have made a lot of progress since, you know, I started playing back again about a month ago. I wanted to familiarize myself with the game again, and like I said, I want to make these PvE videos, but I don't want them to be guide videos, okay? Because I just want them to be videos where I'm kind of trying to play the game at my own pace and trying to pick the game back up. I'm open for your guys' suggestions, but this is not a location where I'm going to be giving many suggestions myself, because like I said, I'm trying to learn the game and understand the game and grind at my own pace and use skill rotations that I'm not trying to play somebody else's warrior. I'm trying to make my own. This is the path to a true knight, guys. So yes, I'm open for suggestions. Don't get me wrong. I just be mindful that I am trying to, you know, I have the most fun playing games like this, or any game really, at my own pace. So. Oh my God, I'm getting hit, man. All right, well, that was a pretty good combo. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. A little bit of warrior action. In the next video, we're going to be focusing on my next main. Promptly focusing on my next main, my Valkyrie. And honestly, guys, we have not gained that much EXP. So the grind is seriously going to start getting heavy. Then again, I haven't really used my EXP potions and all the sources of EXP as well as I could have. But trust me, it's on my mind. We're going to be getting levels on these characters. I'm going to keep playing these characters, no doubt. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you knights later. Woo! Nice.